Yeah! Welcome back to Anime Inc. This time, we're going to talk about the most evil anime supervillains ever. So, sit back and enjoy this episode! Keep your eyes locked on the screen. Watch this episode till the end and you'll know who these supervillains are. Just for a jiffy, subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon to keep up to date on all of our latest anime news. Now, without a great anime villain, you can't truly have a great anime hero. And there are times when we just want to watch the heroes fight a very evil villain. These characters can be really entertaining to watch. And I know some of us just enjoy our superheroes struggling a lot while defeating these evils. But what makes a villain evil? Here is the number 10 on our list. From Bleach, Sasuke Aizen.
You really thought because you had me outnumbered you could crush me? I will teach you. Here's what power is.
Sasuke Aizen is one of the most well-known villains in anime history due to his dark, malicious nature. At first, he looks to be a faithful member of Soul Society, but he quickly reveals that he's been preparing to overthrow it for quite some time. He employs a combination of murder and deception to accomplish his ambitions, and he ultimately has no loyalty to anybody or anything other than his drive for dominance. Then we're in 9th place on the list. From Made in Abyss, Bonnrud. Bonnrud may not be as well known as some of the other villains on our list, but he's just as wicked. He's a white whistle, which means he's one of the few humans who are capable of safely descending into the abyss's depths. He used this power to undertake tests to identify the curse of the abyss's boundaries and find alternatives. He all sounds so fine until you come to the part where he deceives a group of children into taking part in an experiment that leads to their painful deaths. The children are put into double elevators in groups of 2, which fall to the depths of the abyss, triggering the curse and killing about all of the kids. Midi and Nanachi are the only ones who survived, but their bodies have been disfigured and Midi's mind has been damaged. Before Nanachi successfully gets the two of them out of Bonnrud's lab, Bonnrud resumes his experiments on Midi. And if you have watched the movie from 1954, The Mountain, it looks like that. Moving into the 8th spot. From Puella Magi Madoka Magica, Kyuubi. Looks can be deceiving, and Kyuubi is an example of that. Kyuubi is a tiny creature that looks like a cat. It has white fur and 4 ears. One set looks like a cat's and the other looks like a rabbit's. If you like charming villains, magical females, and twisted endings, Magi Madoka will take you on a roller coaster of emotions. When you learn that Kyuubi was not only directing so many of their misfortunes, but was also uncaring about it, you understand how frightening those small red eyes are. At the end of the day, you have to realize that he's simply doing what he does, with no actual relationships between making wonderful girls and witches. Number 7. From Attack on Titan, Beast Titan. At some point in your life, you've undoubtedly seen Attack on Titan. You could have assumed that this was simply another anime with a us against them mindset, but the Beast Titan completely altered your mind. Everything you found out about the Titan seemed untrue when this Titan revealed the ability to think, communicate, and plan. This Titan is not only one of the series' most extensive, but it can also launch things with accuracy and harden its body. Horrifying? Definitely. He isn't the most powerful villain on our list, but he does deserve to be mentioned. In the 6th place, from Berserk, Griffith. I don't presume it's an exaggeration to claim Griffith is one of anime's most well-known villains. This is especially true among manga readers. His external charm, dedication to what he believes is best for humanity, and early role as a protagonist make him a fascinating character. Griffith's cruelty comes from the fact that he didn't simply target naive victims, he also betrayed his colleagues. The Band of the Hawk was a band of mercenaries that saw Griffith as a valuable friend and comrade, and who once freed him from prison, despite considerable personal danger that they took on. Griffith's desire for power was so strong that when he was given the chance to become a deity known as Femto, he voluntarily sacrificed the lives of nearly all of his former allies. Oh, and he attacked Casca in front of her boyfriend Guts. God, we should be wary about these kinds of people in our life. At least we learn something from the anime, even if someone says we're just wasting our time. On the 5th spot, from Naruto, Orochimaru. I know. One of the most hated villain of the Naruto fans. Orochimaru kidnaps and tests thousands of kids, brainwashing and terrorizing some to become his disciples and dumping the remains of those who do not survive. He even takes over their bodies and dwells in them in a few instances. Why is he doing this? So that he can become immortal, which he wants to study all of the world's jutsu. Furthermore, he has no intention of using that information for the advantage of anyone other than himself. While his wicked activities do not involve world destruction like those of other Naruto villains, he is one of the few villains who lacks an at least partially understandable or acceptable reason. He's just freaking evil. And our top 4, from One Piece, Blackbeard. Blackbeard, also known as Marshal D. Teach, was the commander of the Blackbeard Pirates and one of the most feared pirates of the sea. One thing sets him apart from the rest, despite having a long past on an ocean full of dangerous pirates. He's the only guy we've seen so far with 2 Devil Fruit abilities. He possesses the Dark Fruit, which is the most wicked of them all because it can manipulate darkness itself, and the Tremor Fruit, which allows users to cause earthquakes. Well, but he's a coward when he met the Red Hair Pirates during Marineford War. And for our 3rd place, from Demon Slayer, Muzan Kibutsuji.
Do I look a bit sickly?
They say the Michael Jackson in the anime history. It gives him a distinct look that distinguishes him from any other shonen villain. It's great for the type of character he is, giving the impression that he'd be exceedingly charming while he cuts himself off from the rest of the world. Muzan was once a human who was cursed and turned into the first demon 1,000 years ago. He's the origin of most demons and the ruler of the 12 Demon Moons, the ultimate enemy of Tanjiro and Nezuko, and also Demon Slayer Corpse. He is the murderer of the Kamaro family and who transforms Nezuko into a demon. Muzan has an obsession with becoming the perfect being. He had to transform into a demon capable of walking under the sun like any other human to achieve it. Whenever he's defeated, his desire grows more substantial, and to protect his ego, he embarks on a mission of blood and betrayal to obtain what he desires. I'm not the only one who's excited to see his downfall. If you've already read the manga, you know what I mean. And coming in at 2nd place, from Dragon Ball Z, Frieza.
No, Frieza! Don't do it! Go!
You can't talk about anime villains with pure cold souls without mentioning Frieza. Is he a businessman? Cause the thought of Frieza's business about selling and buying planets, what the fudge? And he couldn't care less about what happens to the people who live on those planets. Well, he's the one who blew up planet Vegeta, thereby committing genocide against a whole race since he was afraid that their Super Saiyan abilities might ultimately pose a challenge to his grab for power ambitions. And he never, and I mean never, expresses even a tiny little bit of regret for any of his crimes, instead merrily mocking the victims of his crimes. Ugh. And in our number 1 spot, drumroll please, from Hunter x Hunter, Merwin. Merwin, another non-human monster with a stunning design, might give Frieza a run for his money. Despite his age, he's been the most robust character in the series so far, having an incredibly high learning ability. When it comes to his abilities, he's pretty much an overpowered character. He has limitless strength, speed, and agility, as well as a pain tolerance so high that he can rip off his own limb with no reaction. Because of this, and also because he is a super genius, he is one of the most deadly villains in anime history. But some of us are hoping that Merwin will change for Komugi. And there you have it! Which anime villain do you admire or despise the most? Leave your thoughts and reactions in the comment section below. We surely would love to read all about it. Also, before you go, make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell to be informed about our newest anime uploads. For now, sayonara!